Yanis from Dreadbox, and I would like to introduce you to our new Erebus version 3. And I will go through the new features, which are a new section to the oscillators, which is a triple ring modulator, which I will go through the sounds later. We have a new oscillator, a third oscillator, with 7 waveforms. So, reverse saw, square, triangle, sine wave, double saw, and noise generator, which you can either set as an FM modulation here or as a mix to the sound as a third oscillator. The classic typical LFO that the previous Erebus had. And new is also the high pass mode on the filter and all in between, like in a notch type, not band pass.
Is this a new feature of the Erebus 3 or
on the 3?
Yeah,
it wasn't before. And another new is the ADSR envelope on the amplifier. Also, the filter envelope can be looped, which we go through later. And another new here is the 35-point patch bay, where you can find a lot of modulations to sense to or to sense from, including an analog clock with variable duty, and the rate goes up high up to 8 kilohertz or something like that. An external VCA, complete independent from the other one, with a reverse input, a reverse output also, a sample and hold, a switcher, which I will go through later, and some classic inputs, and also some audio inputs here directly. And we also added headphone sounds, an on-off switch where people were asking.
And you, so you expanded the patch bay massively compared to the Erebus 2.
Yeah, I think it's more than double. We used to be 15 patches, now it's 35, it's more than double. And all the other are exactly the same as it was on number 2. There's no feature missing, we just added features.
The echo is still the same?
Exactly the same, yeah. What you will also notice different about the Erebus is that it sounds a little bit different. I wouldn't say worse or better, because it's a bad thing to compare if it sounds better or worse, but it sounds different, and the reason is we use different notas. But the circuit itself is exactly the same. We just replace the notas, make some trimmings for them, and there you have it. So let's hear the... This is a classic Erebus sound. And let's add some envelope generator just for the comparison. So then we can only start adding stuff to the previous sounds, to the old sound. And here we have three VCO sound, classic.
So mainly the third oscillator, the new one, brings the new charm of the Erebus 3.
Yeah, I think it's so the main new feature.
Oscillator 1 and 2 is still then the Erebus 2.
Yeah, exactly the same. Same octave switch, same waveforms, separate glides, same way to mix them, separate tunings. Exactly the same. Also, I need to mention that this unit has auto-tuning this time.
Okay.
And it's much more stable than Erebus number 2.
And it's also far thinner than your older Hades and Erebus.
Yeah, it's like 2 centimeters lower. It's still through hollow. Actually, the voice board is through hollow yet. Everything else is like the same. So. Something here. classic 3VCO sound. And then you can. We also have another new thing, which is this, which is actually a ring modulator type, but not a ring modulation between oscillator 1 and oscillator 2, and you can access this from this slider. But you can also pulse width modulate the ring modulation, and it would sound like this. No ring modulation, no pulse width modulation.
So how far goes the LFO? Goes in outer rate modulation, or?
No, it just goes until this point. It's a very, very simple LFO, which was needed as an addition to this one, because you can use this as a very complicated LFO. Now this is a ring modulation between oscillator 1 and oscillator 3, and so together and then we also have a new which is a high pass, and all in between. Also, we have a envelope generator. And these are envelope for the out. And that's about the most basic new stuff for the Erebus. And then there is a patch bay where there are a lot of new interesting stuff and a lot of things to do here, like you can send directly the noise through a VCA to the main output and have here. Maybe you could modulate this, since of course the VCA. And a lot of modulation options here actually, like the clock, which is a clock also for the sampling hole. Let's hear this. Let's go to you can also have different input to the sampling hole than the white noise which is normally getting, like this.
Erebus 3 more in the mind of using it modular or more as semi-modular synth than the first Erebus or the second version.
Yeah, it's
more like now it's like more a semi-modular.
It's more active, yeah, in that way. It's more active.
Because the Erebus 2 was a bit more limited in the patch base.
Yeah, it was a bit more basic. Yeah.
So, and the sound-wise, it's still the classic Erebus sound, or the classic analog sound.
Yeah.
Or you think it goes now also more in the experimental way?
I would say it just goes more. the Erebus number 2 was a very typical classic synth. It didn't have any weird innovations or something new. Whereas here, I tried to like introduce something that will give a different vibe to it, but without destroying the actual Erebus sound, because it still sounds very Erebus.
Okay, and when do you expect it to deliver to the customers or to the music
In the
shops?
next couple of months, it should be in the stores, and it will cost €4.99 in
€4.99. And you mean in summer or after summer?
What?
After summer?
During summer.
During summer?
Yeah, during summer.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.